Hi, so I'm Chief Dean Rondeau, and I'm here on my right with Sergeant Christopher Keaton. On my left, our Executive Officer, Captain Mark Livy, and we're here at the Downtown Grill. And we just got through having a really great discussion with some folks about crime in Wolfeboro and about the dynamics of the summertime versus the wintertime and so forth and so on, and really, really good discussions. And so we encourage all of you to come on down and join us. And Tim Goodwin, our sponsor here at Wolfeboro Community TV, will get the date of the next airing of the show, but come on in down and join Coffee and Connections with the Chief. And I invited Sergeant Chris Keaton down. I'm going to turn the microphone over to him here momentarily because this is his last day here at the Wolfeboro Police Department. He's been selected to go up to Bartlett, New Hampshire to be the next Chief of Police, and we're very proud of Sergeant Keaton. We think it's a great selection, and our loss is certainly Bartlett's gain, and we're very happy for him. He's moving on to this next phase of his career, and now I'm just going to turn it over to Captain Mark Livy for a few comments.
So I'll start off saying it's been a great 14 and a half years for me working with Sergeant Keaton, and I wish him the best going over to Bartlett Police Department as the Chief of Police there. So what I'll do, instead of me going into what I got, I'll hand it over to Sergeant Keaton and let him talk and give his, what we say is a farewell goodbye to Wolfeboro.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate the warm farewells. As they told you, I've been with Wolfeboro for a long time. It's over 25 years. I started here as a patrolman and worked my way up to the rank where I am now as sergeant. It's been a very interesting town to work for. I've seen a lot of change in this town in the last 25 years, not only with the way the police department polices the town, but also with the population and the people here. It's certainly been an interesting career here. I have done just about anything I asked to do, I was allowed to do it, which is really good. I've learned a lot working for the Wolfeboro PD, and I was here before both of these gentlemen, so I know their careers from when they started to where they are now. And the opportunity arose where the Chief of Bartlett Police Department was retiring, and I decided I would throw my name in the ring and see what happens. And last week I was offered the job. So today is my final patrol day in Wolfeboro. And I just want to take this time to say thank you to all the residents in town. I've made a lot of good friends in the town of Wolfeboro, and I've certainly made connections that I'll keep for a lifetime. And I'm not leaving the area, I'm just changing jobs. So you'll see me around town. Don't forget to say hello.
Thank you, Sergeant Keaton. And just for me to brag a little bit about Sergeant Keaton, he has a lot of skills, and he brings a lot of ability and capability to the Wolfeboro Police Department. He's on the technical crash reconstruction team. He's a reconstructionist, so he's been an invaluable member in that regard. He's a juvenile officer and a juvenile prosecutor as well as an adult criminal prosecutor. He's been to those schools and for a good 10 years now doing both of those jobs, maybe even closer to 15 years exactly. And so he brings an incredible wealth of investigatory experience along with the other end of it, which is the prosecution piece. And because it's just not about the investigation of crimes, but it's also that final piece, the prosecution and the resolution in court. And again, our loss is certainly the town of Bartlett's gain. We're very happy and very proud of Sergeant Keaton. And I think it speaks highly of the police officers that we have here in the Wolfeboro Police Department. We're dedicated to the highest principles of community policing, and we're dedicated to providing a safe and secure environment for all our citizens. We pride ourselves on the training and the skills of our police officers, and I think they do a very, very nice job for the town, and I think that's been very true of Sergeant Keaton over the years. And you started, 3.5 years in Attleboro, right, first?
No, I actually worked for Atkinson.
Atkinson, that's what it was, yeah, for 3.5 years. So you're really pushing almost close to 30 years.
29 and
Yeah, I don't want to make you feel old now, but I'm just saying. You know, it's
My entire adult career.
yeah, that's quite an impressive resume, and so there's a lot of experience here, and so we got. I've already told the commissioners that filling your shoes is going to be a tough duty, and I mean what I'm about to say here. You know, you're doing the job of about 3 different police officers. And that's true. When the captain and I were looking at all the duties and tasks that Sergeant Keaton does, and has got it down to a science, he's very meticulous and very thorough in what he does, and that's always been a pleasure. That I know I could give you a task and it would get done immediately, and it would get done the right way the first time. But we had to break up his duties and responsibilities among 3 other officers, and so there was an awful lot of stuff that you're doing, and I don't want you to think for one moment I didn't recognize that. And I know the chief of police before me, Stu Chase, also mentioned that as well, and he was well aware of that, and that's just a fact. That is just a fact. Captain?
Yeah, so what does that mean for Wolfeboro right now? As Sergeant Keaton's leaving, we need to fill his shoes, which is going to be tough, as the chief has mentioned, to fill that and all his responsibilities. So as of right now, we opened up the position to all the senior patrolmen to put their application in for the next sergeant promotional process, which is starting right now. So we're moving right into that process and getting that to move forward and to fill Sergeant Keaton's seat, basically, as he moves on. So another thing that's going on in the month of May, I want to get out there, is basically we're going to be redeploying the radar trailer. So you will see that on the side roads, some major roads, South Main, North Main, Middleton, and anything else that you guys know or where you guys live, the town, or have an issue, give us a call. Let us know. If you have an issue with speeders, something like that, we'll get officers down there, but we'll also get the radar trailer down there and get it to your neighborhood and your area for that month. I mean, it's going to be out you're going to see it for the rest of the summer. That's what we're looking at until the winter comes again. And it's also a message board, so you will see that when, if we have we're looking at 4th of July or something like that, you might see some messages on that board instead of a radar. So keep an eye on it. Pay attention to the road, but keep an eye on it. So other than that,
All right, well, I think this concludes our Coffee and Connections with the Chief. And again, as always, we encourage you to send in your comments and your emails to Tim Goodwin at Wolfeboro Community TV. If you want to be on the show, just let him know that you want to be on the show. If you have questions you want to ask, either come on the show or email them to Tim Goodwin or myself or the captain at the Wolfeboro PD, and we'll be happy to get your questions answered for you. And we can talk about a wide variety of topics. We could talk about policing in Wolfeboro. We could talk about Fourth Amendment issues. We could talk about anything you want. It doesn't have to be solely on law enforcement. It could be on topics of the day, geopolitical topics, if you will, whatever you want to discuss. So please, come on the show. Let's have a discussion. I want to hear from the citizenry. And again, let us know how we're doing, good, bad, or indifferent. I need to know. I can't fix things if you have an issue. I can't fix them if I don't know what they are. So good, bad, or indifferent, we want to hear from you. So again, thank you very much for tuning in and joining us. And again, I wish you a very happy day and have a great weekend, Captain.
Yeah, and just one final thing. I just want to thank you for the Downtown Grill letting us sit here and have this venue for this with the Wolfeboro Community Television. For today. And again, thanks Sergeant Keaton and for all the years and what I've learned from him to get me to this position. So he's going to be missed. We are going to see him as he's the chief of Bartlett, and he said he's going to be in this town boating and around, but he will be missed, and we just want to say thank you very much.
And one last thing, if you're an area vendor and you want to host Coffee and Connection with the Chief, just get in touch with Tim Goodwin, and go ahead and schedule that, and we'll be happy to come on down and meet your patrons and your clientele and sit down like we did earlier and talked about topics of concern. So thank you so much, and again, thank you to Downtown Grill and Peter for inviting us down and hosting us today. Thank you very much. Hi, this is Chief Dean Rondeau with the Wolfeboro Police Department here with your safety tip for the month of June. Please be mindful as we're coming out of a long winter period, and motorcycle riders want to get out on their bikes and give them a wide berth. Motorcycles are indeed going to be everywhere, folks, so just be careful. Also, for the first time in about 10 years, we're going to be redeploying our mountain bike patrol unit to the streets of Wolfeboro, so I want you to give them a wide berth as well. You'll be seeing them deployed for the entire summer period into the early fall, so again, give them a wide berth, give them the room they need to operate, and be mindful of them. Thank you very much, and have a great summer.